What do you feel was the most defining moment of your life, Amanda? And again, it can be more than one, personal or professional.
I do. I look back at several defining moments, and they all are setbacks that I've been able to overcome in a sense. And going back to the second season I ever played soccer, I was 6 years old.
Right.
The first season I played, it was on an all-boys team, was the MVP of the team. Coming back in second season, I was 6, and I broke my leg in one of the first practices.
Oh,
and
wow.
it was me being a little bit of a showboat during that practice, and as much as you can as a 6-year-old, but
Sure.
learned a lesson there. When I was in college, I was coming into my junior season and played through the summer in the W League, which is a pro-am women's league. It was the highest level at the time in the United States of women's soccer. And came out of that summer and into my junior season at East Carolina, tore my ACL in preseason. And it was a setback at that time of feeling like I was at the top of my game and continuing to develop, and then a season-ending injury, which at the time wasn't as common as you
Sure.
see today. So it was a thought of my career could be over at this point when I felt like I was at such a high, and being able to come back and set records at East Carolina, earn accolades both at ECU and within Conference USA, which is where we were at the time,
Right.
was a big accomplishment for me, and probably at that time the most defining moment
Sure.
of what I could overcome. When I was done playing, I went to United Soccer Leagues.
That's right.
To start my administrative career, and I went with a specific job in mind, and thought I was very confident that I was going to get that job once I got to USL, and as it turns out, it wasn't. I didn't get the job that I wanted, but I ended up getting the job that I needed to set me on
Okay.
the path that ultimately brought me here. So it was.
And you were there several seasons.
I was at USL 7.5 years.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the bio. Yeah.
I started working, assisting all of our adult leagues. So it was amateur. We had 2 amateur leagues and 2 professional leagues, and then that transitioned into just working on our professional leagues and doing the operation of what was then USL First Division, USL Second Division, and I went to be a part of the women's game, the W League, which was operated by USL. I wanted to be a part of women's soccer and the growth of that, and trying to help bring more opportunities to women's soccer players. Because I had just come back from Sweden at that point, where there wasn't a professional league in the United States, and the only way to play at a professional level was to go outside of the United States. So I came back, and when I went to USL, when I talk about that job I wanted to be on the women's side and run the W League.
Right.
And that didn't happen right away. But like I said, I feel like I ended up being put in the position that I needed to be in to learn the professional level of soccer in the United States on the men's side and how that was operating. So 2 years later, when I become the senior director of the W League, I have that experience from the professional game, which men's soccer is a little bit further advanced than women's soccer in the United States.
Right.
And I was able to bring that expertise over to the women's side.